Here's a quick little video about composting. This is my little compost bucket that we keep in the kitchen. And as you can see, I got some eggshells, some banana peels. There's a bunch of other stuff down there. And what I do is I empty out the K-cups from our coffee and tea and put them in here, along with the paper filters. A little bit time consuming, but you know what? Rather than going in the landfill, it'll go back into my garden as compost. So I'm coming out here to the compost pile. It's a beautiful day in New York again. It's going to be in the 60s. It's crazy. It's December 17th or 18th. Next week's Christmas. Looks like it's not going to be white. Anyway, here's my current compost pile. As you can see, I got some the leftover pumpkins from this holiday season. Some kale that I pulled out. There's a tromboncino. There's paper, cardboard, all sorts of leaves. Some of them just raked in there, and some of them cut up with a lawnmower. And I just dump it in, and there you go. Carrots. Made some chicken soup the other day, so I got carrots, celery, even onions. I'm putting onions in here this year. The last few years, I didn't do that. Some people said don't put onions into your compost pile, but I'm trying to follow Charles Dowding. I almost called him Charles Grodin. Anyway, Charles Dowding's, and he says you can compost anything. Just, you know. So what I do is I just cover it up a little bit. It's a little tougher to do with one hand, but just cover it up a little bit, mix it in, and leave it. Next spring or summer, this pile will be done, and it will look like this pile here. This is the pile I made last year. So you can see there's a little avocado shell, but I mean, look at that soil, that compost. It's beautiful, perfect consistency. No water comes out, but it holds together and it breaks up. That's what you want. Don't mind these twigs. They'll be moved out of the way when I plant, and they'll break down even more. So, it's a piece of plastic. It's also a good time to pick out the plastic that you have in your compost pile. This one was finished last year. And then I have a pile here that is just underneath these hay bales. I got these hay bales from my neighbor, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll just probably let that break down over the winter. So that's it, composting, and have a great winter. Hope it's warm where you are.